Hi, you guys. Welcome to the After Five Diaries, the show where we pull back the curtain in the cubicle, shut down the laptops, shut down for the day, and discuss everything that happened in between at work. So today I have a topic in this episode. I went home, I had to dig deep to look for a topic that everybody can relate to, no matter how rich or what your income is, no matter how well you get paid at the end of every month, or no matter how small you're struggling with what we're going to discuss today. Today we're talking about your money and what you do with it. Interesting, right? So your money and what you do with it, how you save, you invest, and everything. So if your paycheck or your salary disappears faster than it comes, you know that theory where they say, I saw a meme on social media, but a moving train. If your salary disappears as fast as a moving train moves, this is the episode for you. You wonder what you do with your money. Your salary comes in, and then by the time you get to it, it's all spent. You don't have that usual excitement that people have when they have credit alert coming to their account. You don't have that excitement because you know you have a lot of expenditures, and these expenditures, they are necessities. You can't do without them. You have money, you spend money on your personal self, you spend money on family, you spend money on basic necessities that you have to do every day. And then at the end of the day, at the end of all the expenditures, you have nothing sitting in for you. You can relate to this. So if you are in this space, because I already know you're in this space as long as you're a corporate person, this is the episode for you. So we'll take a short break. When I come back, I'm going to introduce my guest. I dug deep, right? Let's hold it, let's keep it there. I had to dig deep to look for the best person to discuss this topic about money, expenses, savings, investments with me. No other person, but someone who has been in that space, someone who has been a 9 to 5 person, someone who has been very frugal with his finances and was able to set up his own thing, starting as a 9 to 5 person. When I come back, I'm going to introduce my guests with you. Stay with me. I'll be right back. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and engage my stuff. I love you guys. I'll be right back. After Five Diaries. Welcome back, my corporate people, my 9 to 5 fires. This is the show for you. This is After Five Diaries. So before I went on that break, I said I was going to introduce my guest. This guest is someone who is special to me. He's important to me. Okay, so that's why. But it took me a while to drag him here. It
Really?
took me so much time. You can hear him laughing. You can see him. I had to pester his life before I could bring him to the studio. But I appreciate his presence. He was able to make out time for me today. I appreciate your presence. My guest is no other person but Stanley. Stanley, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You
I'm
know
glad
what?
to
You
be
know
here.
how you stressed me. You know
Yeah.
how you stressed me.
You know what they say, if you want to find gold, you have to dig deep,
Right.
right?
I dug deep. I dug deep and I found this gold. So Stanley used to be a banker. That's very important. He used to work with a bank and he
Mhm.
started as a 9 to 5 person. And within a 9 to 5 space, he was very frugal. He developed ideas, found out a way to transition from 9 to 5 to his own thing. Stanley is a CEO of Figures Innovation. Figures Innovation is a fintech company. You know what fintechs are. I don't have to start doing a advert for Stanley. No, you have to
Please
pay for adverts.
advertise. You need to advertise.
You have to pay for adverts. Anyway, that's fine. Figures
Okay.
Innovation is a fintech company. There's international remittances, local ones as well. If there's anything such as local remittances there,
Yeah, there is.
of
There
course.
is.
Okay.
Local and international.
Interested. We're not
Yeah.
here to talk about figures. We're here to talk about investing and saving. Welcome,
Okay.
Stanley, to the show. So
Thank you.
let's get down into the business of the day. Let's how they say the elephant in the room. What they say about the elephant in the room?
Address it.
Let's address the elephant in the room. So let's start with why the corporate people, 9 to 5 people feel broke. They feel like their world is coming to an end, even after having a good and decent salary.
Thank you once again for
Mm,
having me on the show. So what I have to say is, I think it's a worldwide phenomenon.
okay,
It's not peculiar to Nigerians.
of
It's not
course.
peculiar to anybody,
Mm,
right? It's just the way of the world, right? Your salary is never enough.
of course.
And in economics, there is a word for it, insatiable, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. So it's just a normal phenomenon that your salary will not be enough for you. So there are things you can do to help yourself in
Yeah.
this, right? So when you're in that space, don't feel down, don't feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
But what you can do is to take up the responsibility, accept the fact that this happens, okay? and there are things you can do, and
Sure.
I guess that's why we're here to
That's why
discuss
we're here. Thank
those
you very
things.
much.
Yeah,
Exactly. So, like you said, it's something everybody experiences, no matter
yeah,
how big your paycheck is. You know, you still have to struggle with finances, how to save and all that. So we're here to get into that and see how to navigate this and not be stuck in it. So now, Stanley, let's talk about all these expenditures that 9 to 5 people find themselves in, because these are basic things. Actually, there are some things. There are things that you can't get away with, or like you can't do away with in the right sense of it. So
yeah,
many expenditures that people spend money on, right? Things that
yes,
people, their necessities, like I said, let's just delve into them if we
yeah.
could, right?
Okay, so of course, the reason for you working in the first place is to be able to have money to cater for your needs.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to eat,
Yeah,
you need to
sure.
pay your rent,
Mm-hmm.
you need to commute,
Mm-hmm.
you need to buy your corporate wares,
Mm-hmm.
you need to jaye, right?
Obviously.
Yes, and many other things. So those things are very important. Of course, what's the point working when you can't provide for those needs? So
Mm-hmm.
they are very important. Okay, but it's also very important to know where you're coming from, what you're earning, and how you're going to split your payment into all these so many needs.
After Five Diaries.
Thank you
Mhm.
very much, Stanley, for that
Yes.
that insight. So let's get deep down into your field. Let's
Hmm.
talk about the theory of side hustle,
Okay.
right? Side hustle but for the tired but talented. Let's talk about financial freedom
Hmm.
while being employed.
Hmm.
And let's also talk about building wealth from the cubicle. We all have cubicles. I work in a cubicle. I don't I don't own an office yet. Okay, I'm a staff and 9 to 5%.
Hmm.
So but deep down in my cubicle, I can still be making passive income.
Money, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So let's look at passive versus active income for corporate workers. So I just want to put it on the surface there. Just hit it for me, Stanley. Do your thing. Tell me
Okay.
how we
All
can go
right.
about passive and active income. I know what my active income is. I work for a corporation. They pay me active. I get
Mm-hmm.
paid once in a month. But being paid once in a month is never enough, especially how our country has gotten. And I'm sure this whole it's worldwide. It's not just locally here in Nigeria.
Yeah.
We have the economy has gotten bad over the years, you know. So we can't just really be depending on active income anymore. So do your thing.
All
Tell me
right.
about passive and active income.
All right. Thank you. So it's a good thing that this show is about how you can save your money and how you can invest your money. So I would say I have a good news and a bad news.
Ouch. Can we hear the good news first?
Okay. The good news is saving is very important,
Yeah.
right? Everybody needs savings. Your saving is what can deliver you when you are in need.
Yeah.
And on the average, they say is wise to have to save up to like 3 months of your salary to have it like your backup for the rainy day. So in case you probably lose your job, that
Mm-hmm.
can happen, right?
Yeah.
At least you have something to hold on to before you're able to get another job. So the good news is saving is the best habit anybody can develop as a 9 to 5 person. But the bad news is you cannot save your way to wealth.
Ouch.
Yes.
You can't save
So
your way to wealth.
you cannot save your way
Interesting.
to wealth. You know the wealth I'm talking about,
Yeah.
the Lamborghini wealth, right?
Nobody's thinking about that.
Yeah, so you can't
Yeah.
save your way to wealth. So
Mm.
that's where the investment comes in,
Yeah.
right? So at some point, when you have accumulated some substantial saving, it will be wise for you to think of where to invest. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and the first, for me, the first part of investment is in yourself, right?
Okay.
You need to invest in yourself first because you need to understand yourself, you need to improve yourself. It's in the wisdom that you gather that you're able to, think properly, or if there is a business opportunity that comes your way, you're able to analyze it properly,
Yeah.
break it down, and know when you're making a good decision,
Yeah.
right? So the first point of investment is in yourself. Then, after you've invested in educating yourself, gathering all the necessary knowledge you need,
Mm-hmm.
then you can look for something that works for you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So there are investment opportunities out there, right? There are risky ones, there are relatively okay ones, okay, and this is your choice. Just
Mm-hmm.
you just have to pick one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I would say first part, save,
Mm-hmm.
gather something substantial, then Invest. Yeah.
Okay. Invest. Now we're there. I was
Mm-hmm.
going to take a while for us to get to investing. Now
Mm-hmm.
we brought it up. Let's go deep down into investing. I'm a 9 to 5 person. My salary is 500,000
Mm-hmm.
per month.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe less. There are people who earn lesser than that. People who earn 250,000 in a month,
Yeah.
and I have to commute my way to work every day.
Mm-hmm.
I have to go to work every day. We're going to still talk about the idea of remote working and all that, maybe in
Yeah.
the next episodes, subsequent episodes that comes in.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to. I have to work on site.
Okay.
And me working on site involves me taking transportation to work. My salary is 250,000.
Yeah.
Let's take note of that. Or maybe 250 to 500. Let me just raise it up a little bit.
Okay.
So, what kind of investments can I do as someone who earns that amount of money? I don't have a lot. And let's take note of the fact that I pay for food,
Mm-hmm.
I pay my rent. I probably do not live with anyone. I pay rent, or maybe a
Mm-hmm.
place where I can afford.
Yeah.
I commute to work. I use
Mm-hmm.
public transportation.
Mm-hmm.
I pay for my phone bills. I pay water bills. There are so many bills to pay in this Lagos. I'm sorry. We're talking about Nigeria. I want to
Yes.
use Lagos as a case
Huge,
study.
huge, huge bills.
We have a lot of bills, and even
Yeah.
the ones that you don't plan for,
Yeah.
things, contingencies that could come up, right? So
Yes.
these are all dependent on my 500K salary.
Yes.
So now, for someone like me in that space, I'm not earning a lot of money, and now you're talking about investing. What kind of investment can I do when I've spent up to 300K out of my 500,000 naira salary?
Okay.
What kind of investment can I do with the remaining 200K? Just help us here.
All right. Thank you very much. It's a fantastic question. So, the first thing I have to say before we start talking about the right investment for you is responsibility. We need to take up the responsibility. I think the first part is your mindset around these things. If you, let's be factual, 10 years ago, when everybody thought Nigeria was good, in retrospect, people were still complaining.
Yeah.
The money was not enough 10 years ago. 20 years ago, the money was still not enough. 5 years from now, the money won't be enough.
Exactly.
That's the truth. Okay. And that's what everybody needs to accept. So what can you do? You need to first of all accept the responsibility that you are the only one that can make things better for yourself. Not the government, not your employers.
Yeah.
Because even if they give you triple promotion, trust me, 3 months down the line, your expenses will catch up with
The
the new
new pay.
salary. Is the way of the world, right? So the first part is responsibility. When you take the responsibility that I'm the only one that can change my situation, I'm the only one that can make things better for myself. Then they say where there is a will, there is a way.
Sure.
So it's up to you. Everybody's realities are different. You know where you're coming from, you know where you stay. Okay, so you could maybe downgrade. What are you doing in Lekki Phase 1? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. And about commuting, I know people that are regular 9 to 5 people and they can't go to work without an Uber. There are other things,
Yeah.
right? You could do carpooling.
Sure.
There are so many options, right? So the first thing, once you accept that responsibility and take it up upon yourself that this is what I want to do, I want to save some money from my salary. It's going to be painful. It will be painful.
Yeah.
So most good things that you can achieve start out being painful. So if you are not willing to endure the pains, of taking additional measures that will help you to, save some little bit more, then you're not able to do it. So I say the responsibility. So once you've accepted that responsibility, the other thing to do is to keep your eyes open. There's this thing they say about red card theory. If I ask you how many red cards did you see on your way to this place, you probably not know.
Yeah.
Yes, you will not know. But if I had said, okay, for every red card that you see on your way back, I'm going to give you 5,000 naira. Would you
I
be
would
able
see
to,
red cards. I'll be on the
and you'll be
hunt
able
for
to
red
count them, right?
cards. Of course.
So that's how everybody is. So if you're not looking out for an opportunity,
Yeah.
even if it comes down, stays with you by your side, you will not even know there is an opportunity.
Yeah.
Right? So you need to open up your mind, right? Open your eyes and look for that opportunity. It's different for everybody. There is no one cap fit all for all these things, right? So you have to figure it out by yourself.
Sure.
They look around you. There are opportunities out there. I give you a story. There is this colleague of mine,
Mm-hmm.
after work, there is a place he normally goes to have a few bottles of beer, right? So what he noticed was that sometimes when he comes, they might look for maybe suya or maybe pepper soup. The woman will say, "We don't have today." That's got the guy thinking. Was like, okay, I like your foods, your drinks are always chilled. I like your services. Why can't we combine?
Oh,
Why can't I give you some money? So that all these things are available when customers request for them. That's how this my guy invested in that business.
interesting.
Yes. And from there he made a lot of money from it. Even though the story didn't end well eventually. but I so what I'm trying to say, there are opportunities like that. Okay. They are your sisters that are doing side hustle, they are your friends, you know. Trust me, I know that it could be quite risky,
Yeah.
and our trust level in this country is really, really bad. Okay,
Yeah.
and that is a lot of deterrence for people, to be willing to invest. But then you just won't stop because you've taken up the responsibility, because this is what you want to do. You have to keep trying.
Sure.
Unfortunately, you just have to keep trying. There is no other way. As I said, your saving can just take you this far. You
I
can't do
can't
your
build you
Lamborghini
to wealth.
without your investment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting insight there, Stanley. I'm
Yeah.
glad we're talking about this, really. I'm really, really glad. So
Yeah.
you've said so many things and you've talked about side hustle.
Mhm.
I also know that there are some ways that people can monetize their skills. If you
Mhm.
look deep down, you know there's something you're very good at as a 9 to 5 person.
Mhm.
If we keep depending on this money that comes in every month,
Mhm.
we practically can't live. You'll be living in like
Yeah.
emotional stress
Okay.
over the kind of bills that you have to pay, and this money is never even enough to pay any bills or to even keep something aside for saving and investing. Let's talk about skills, or
Okay.
how to harness skills that we think we do not have, or how
Mhm.
to build the skills that we have and we don't use them. Do you want
Yeah.
to touch on that a little bit?
All right. Thank you very much. As I mentioned earlier, the biggest investment anybody can have is an investment on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Whatever you have can be taken. The money in your bank account can disappear. Your investment can crash.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody is able to take away what you know. Okay. Then the second part, knowledge is not just enough, right? Knowledge cannot make you wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
Knowledge is just knowledge. The only thing that can make you wealthy is an applied knowledge.
Yeah.
You should be able to learn as much as you can and also learn how to apply it.
Yeah.
Everybody has a skill. If you don't have one, everybody can develop a skill. And the fantastic thing about this period that we are in is 10 years ago, there are a lot of things you can't just learn easily. There are a lot of things you probably need to go to Harvard to be able to learn.
Mm-hmm.
But just with your phone,
Mm-hmm.
you can subscribe to a YouTube channel that will teach you Harvard grades, give you Harvard grade education.
Exactly.
So these things are out there and you have to seek it. You have to go for it. Okay. So first of all, those knowledge, there are a lot of skills, there are a lot of ways people are making money, sitting in their cubicle or
Sure. Yeah,
or sitting
offices.
wherever, and making money. But we have to also be careful because that has the negative effect of making people lazy,
Yeah.
right? Sometimes some of the stories that we see out there, they are not real. There are a lot of make believe. There are a lot of things out there that are not real. You need to be realistic, okay, in your skills, in your whatever you are seeking to do. You need to be very realistic. So there are soft skills that you can get. Just start from somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
okay. And the another troubling thing is most people are in a hurry to monetize their skill. You are not even sure of your level of
And you already
proficiency in
want to
a
start
doing.
making
You
money.
want to start collecting billions. You want to start. Come on, come
It
on.
doesn't work that
Yeah,
way.
it doesn't work that way. I think if I'm to suggest or if I'm to advise the young ones, right,
Mm-hmm.
look for what you can even do for free.
Right.
Yeah, you need to start out doing it for free because it's in the doing that you get better.
Yeah, sure.
So no matter the how much you pay to go and learn how to code, right? You can't be very good in coding at day one.
Mm-hmm.
If you like, pay any amount you want. It comes with practice. So whatever soft skill that you picked up, find a way to practice it.
Sure.
Okay? Don't
Sure.
put the money first. Okay. Yes,
It's money
I
that we
know.
want to make
Yes,
now,
I know. I know
Stanley.
this show is about money, right?
Want to
But
make money.
yes. So the important thing here is the development of your skill.
Yeah.
Let's work on the development of your skill first. Okay? Then you can now gradually start talking about the money, or maybe increase your expectation on the cash flow inwards,
You know,
right?
the reason that made me go into that is
Yes.
because I want to make money. The reason why I want to
Yeah.
harness the skill that I have is because I want to make money.
Yes.
So you also need to also tell us how we can quickly make money from this skill. I know we need to start from somewhere first,
Yeah.
but it's just for us even discover the skill that we have and know how we can monetize it, right?
Yeah.
Just right. What do you think?
So what I have to say is whatever that you want to do,
Mm.
or whatever skill that you want to pick up, there are a lot of people that have been doing it, that are, they are professionals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you are just starting at day one, and you want to be paid like a professional. Yes, you can still make money, you can still make a little bit here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So but it's very wrong for you to focus on the money when you are starting out. That's a very dangerous way to start.
Yeah.
Focus on the development of your skill. The money will come. It will definitely come. Look for a problem
Mm-hmm.
and solve it. The best skill that never goes out of date, that no AI can take, no robot can take, is problem solving.
Sure.
So there are problems everywhere. Every day you pass, there are problems. Even in your organization, everywhere is filled with problems. The world is looking for solutions. So be a solution provider. Everybody's realities, as I mentioned, is different.
Yeah.
So in your immediate environment, what's the problem around you? Can you find a solution? Yes, you can. Okay.
Sure.
So channel your skill towards that problem.
Yeah.
When you notice a problem, it could be your own personal pain point. Maybe you have difficulties. We could even talk about transportation,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you go to work, you want a more comfortable ride to work. You don't want to do the regular downfall and all
Yeah.
that. And that's why you are doing Uber. Why can't you get maybe a Sienna? Look for other people that are going the same direction with you.
You
And
pick them
it's
up,
somewhere to
make money
start,
out of it. Mm-hmm.
right? So those opportunities are there. You have a fantastic cooking skills, and you'll be keeping it to yourself. Why can't you cook? Maybe
Come
you
and
could.
sell in the office.
Yes, maybe you can start out by giving free food to your colleagues,
Exactly.
right? You're wonderful at this, so you could just, when you come, be giving them small, small, right? Free. Before
Exactly.
you know it, you could make a business out of it.
Sure.
So there are a lot of things that we can do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Stanley. This has been very insightful, mind
Yes.
opening, eye opening, and mind opening at the same time. So, you guys, I've been chatting with Stanley for a while, for a bit. I think we need to take a short break. When we come back, we'll get down into other questions that Stanley will help us answer. Stay tuned, keep watching, and don't forget to subscribe.
After Five Diaries.
Let's talk about something very interesting, and we'll probably close out with this. When you
Okay.
were working as a corporate person, or you are still a corporate person, I know that, but now you're an employee of labor, worthy to
Mhm.
note. So, when you were working as a banker, what would you regard as your biggest financial mistake, or maybe the biggest financial mistake your colleagues made at the time, so that we can learn from that?
Hmm. It's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think about them because I'm
Mm.
sure must have been a lot. It must have been a lot, and it's such a long time.
Mm.
Okay, I'm a regular guy, right?
Mm.
And the I like Jaya Jaya as well.
Of
So
course.
I would say one of the biggest mistake that I made back then was doing it a little bit excessively, like clubbing and partying every other weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it's not a bad thing.
No, it's
It's
not.
not. It's good to unwind,
Mm.
but you need to be measured, in your approach. Okay. If it's something that you do once in a while, that's cool. But back to
Back
back
to back every
every
weekend.
Friday,
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday. Oh, come on, So I think those are one of the things that I would put as I didn't as a mistake,
Mm-hmm.
right? Yes. So
Absolutely.
yeah, so that's one. What other mistake? I know maybe I was a little bit fortunate or
Mm.
right a little bit fortunate. Some of the investment, some went bad. But I wouldn't count making an investment that you properly analyzed.
Mm-hmm.
I won't count it as a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
But there's certain investment that when you go into, I would say that it was foolishness to go
All this fast
into.
cash, right? We can talk about
Yeah.
them.
So when you look at the current interest rates, I
Mm.
use, right now at the moment, the
Mm.
NPR is about 27%, and
Mm.
somebody's out there telling you that you could put money, and in 2 hours you make
Ponzi schemes.
you make 100%.
Ponzi schemes,
That's
ladies and
stupid.
gentlemen.
There's nothing you can do, even FX,
Mm-hmm.
that will give you that guaranteed fund. Okay, so I think people should be wary of that. In as
I'm
much as
guilty, Stanley. We all
we
fell for this. We all
so
fell for this in the
so
past.
in as much as we are pushing for passive income, we are pushing for investment. It's also important. There are ones that the red flag is wearing overall. It's not like you are not sure, but it's overall when you see the returns. Because if you are being realistic, how many business can you do? That is able to give you that kind of return in short, in such a small space.
Fast
Okay,
money.
you need to picture the real world.
Mm-hmm.
So some people get deceived. They put the wrong pictures. They show you affluence. People show you all the private jet they are
To
in.
entice
Or do you
you.
understand?
Yeah.
But if you really want to invest, you need to break it down. If somebody says, "I have a good farm," for instance, right, and the person tells you that this my goat farm, if you invest 1 million naira in 2 months, I give you 1.5. Okay. How long does it take for a goat to grow?
Good question.
Yeah, those are the kind of things you need to ask yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because how is he able to pay you in 2 months when that a goat will take about 4 6 months to
To
grow?
grow.
Do you understand? So those are the kind of things, little red flags that you
And you
can
should
see
look
here
out
and
for.
there that you can look out for,
Mm-hmm.
and be careful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ponzi schemes where they killed a lot of people, a lot of nine to
Yeah.
five people, corporate people. I have to put it out there. I know a lot of you
Yes.
can relate to what I'm saying. A lot of us fell for Ponzi schemes like MMM. We can call their names. That's not a bad thing. Recently, we knew the one that just happened, CVEX and the rest.
Don't make
IDFX.
people come for you. Some people are still bruising.
No,
Please.
sorry, we have
Please.
to say, right?
Please.
This mystery of fast cash, I really need to make money, put my money in there. I know they entice
Yeah.
you at first, give you a lot of returns from the beginning, and then
Yes.
over time, they have to make back what they've paid you. We need
Yeah.
to be careful for this kind of fast cash. So financial mistake, I was there. I have to confess. I'm sorry. Back then we made a lot of money, but when they were wrapping up, some of us cried,
Yes.
and we recovered from that. Those are the things we need
Yes.
to tell people here. Put it out here.
The After Five Diaries.
All right. It's been so refreshing.
But
It's
there's
been
there's something I
wonderful.
want to add, right?
Okay.
I'm not sure we've spoken about it. So 9 to 5, we'll be talking about 9 to 5, right? It's important. That's
Mm-hmm.
your active income. But I think we need to educate people on what they do with their 5 to 9.
Yeah.
That's when you close from work.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you take your rest. That's when you do every other thing. What do you do with your 5 to 9? That's where the passive income comes. That's where the knowledge comes. That's where you find time to develop yourself. That's where you even embrace healthy habits.
Yeah.
Okay, do your exercise, do stuff that can
Mm-hmm.
help you as a person.
Of
So
course.
while we talk about 9 to 5, let's remember to talk about
Five to
five to
nine.
nine.
Absolutely. It's been so refreshing, you guys. Stanley. I'm so excited you were here. I'll drag you again next time. I hope you're open to
You
it.
pay.
Oh, you guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Stanley, for being here.
Uh,
And to you, my listeners, thank you so much for tuning in. And I need you to take something out here today. Learn a cost cutting tip. What are you going to cut down?
mhm.
What subscriptions are you going to cut down? Release some of them. You can't be watching Netflix and Prime at the same time. You can pick one. Look for a cost cutting tip and look for a way to save your money today as a 95%. You will see that after once you made that decision, you see that a lot of changes would happen into your income and the things that you don't need, all the frivolities that you don't need. And you can also leverage some things that your company is doing for you. I know companies pay for a lot of things for people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
right.
we didn't mention that your company could be taking care of your gym subscription, paying for this,
Mm-hmm,
paying for that.
mm-hmm,
You can leverage all those things because companies are helpful at times. So you
yeah,
can use all that and not pay for themselves, not pay for them yourself, if I was
yeah.
right about that. So thank you so much, you guys. And
Thank you.
develop a cost cutting tip today. And I promise you won't regret it. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you're subscribing. And I have to say it again. Stanley, please tell my viewers to subscribe to my YouTube
Please
channel.
subscribe.
Please
Subscribe, please. Thank you.
subscribe, like, follow us on Instagram. Thank you
Yes.
so much. Till next time, this is the After Five Diaries. I remain Funa, your host. Bye.
Bye.
Five ends and real talk begins. The after